Hello everyone. Good morning. How are you? So yesterday we did complete the arithmetic operations, the operations that are used in the mathematical calculation, right? There were seven different operators. One is addition, one is subtraction, one is multiplication, one is
Yo,
division.
coba
Then
dia.
these are the these are the basic ones. The rest three one of the arithmetic are exponent, modulus, and floor division. Okay, now today we'll move ahead, and the assignment was given to everyone. I hope everyone has completed their one assignment. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Today we'll start with the next operator. Okay, you are able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, we can now let's start with
Sir,
the
are you able to hear me?
yes, yes. Okay, let's start with the next operator. The operator that we are going to learn is an assignment operator. What are those operators? Assignment operator. So there are three different kinds of assignment operator. One is equal to, second one is increment, and third one is decrement. So what is this equal to used for? Used for, so I'll tell you with the help of example, so it will be very much clear. Now, first one is equal to, right? Equal. Right? How do we indicate with the symbol? With equal to symbol, right? Now this is A, right? When I use the variable B, this is called as a defining of variable, right? This is called as a defining of variable. When you assign a value to it, when you assign a value to it, right? So what happens is that is called as an initialization of a variable, right? Suppose A is equal to fly. Now, what I did is that I assigned a value to variable A, right? This is called as an initialization of variable. When you just declare a variable, that is called as the defining of a variable. When you assign a value to it, it is called as an initialization of variable. So when you assign a variable value to a variable, like suppose now I assigned phi to A, so with the help of this is equal to symbol. This is equal to symbol. A single is equal to symbol. Look at the symbol. It's single is equal to this is called as an assignment operator when you assign a value to a variable. What I'm saying, when you assign a value, we want to assign a value to a variable, you do with the help of a single equal to. In this is called as an assignment operator. This is called as an assignment operator. Not necessarily you need to use phi, even you can use like if you want to assign a text format, like suppose hello, right? So whenever you're trying to assign the right hand side value to a variable that is available on the left hand side, right? Then it is done with the operator called as equal to, and that is called as an assignment operator. Trying to assign the hello word or the hello value to a variable called as a. So this is called as an equal to operator. That is called as an assignment operator, which is denoted by a symbol called as equal to. Remember, it's a single equal to, it's not a double equal to. Now, if the question arises, what is double equal to? I'll tell it to you on a when the case will be there. Okay. All right. So how do you use an assignment operator with the help of single equal to, right? When you want to assign the right hand side value to a variable that is available on the left hand side, right? You do it with an operator called as single equal to. That is called as an assigning a value to a variable. Right hand side is always the value. Left hand side is always the variable. So when you assign a value to a variable, you do it with the help of operator called as equal to. Now when I print it, right, what will I get? What will be the output? A is equals to what? It's hello. So output should be hello. Let me connect it with the kernel. It's connecting with the kernel. So the best part of Google Colab is that it is saved on the cloud. So you whenever you try to fetch the data, it is always available on the cloud. What you just required to for the Google app is your email ID. Next is increment, right? So this is increment operator. So we always would require this increment operator. So we always would require this increment and decrement perform some operations, right? We want to build some models in the later stage where we want to perform the operation that where we need to do an increment, where we need to do any decrement, right? So this operator will come into the play, right? Which one? Plus equals to, right? In the if you look at the traditional language like C++, right? So the operator used over there is plus plus, right? What it stands for? Increment. And if you want to decrement, like in C, always also the basic programming language is C. There you also use the operator called as minus minus, where you want to decrement the value. But in Python, if you want to increment a value and decrement a value, the operator that is you're going to use is plus is equals to. So what does this plus equals to means that you're trying to increment the value. And when you use minus equals to, that means you're trying to decrement the value. Got it? So now in the same way, now A is equals to pi, right? A is equals to pi. So what I do is that I write A plus equals to pi. So what I'm trying to do is that basically what I'm trying to do is that and write into command. What I'm exactly trying to do is that I'm trying to increment A by 5. I'm trying to increment by 5. So how it does is that A is equals to A plus 5. This is what exactly I'm trying to do. This line of a code, let me zoom in a little bit so it will be very much clear. This line of a code means this way. What I've written in the hashtag. What I meant is that increment A by 5 and again store the value or assign the value back to the same variable called as 8. This is what I'm trying to do. Even if I use 10, that means what? I'm trying to increment A by 10 and assign that value again back to 10. If you look at initially, the value of A is 5. It is 5. So what is going to happen is that when I'm trying to use this increment operator, A is 5, right? So further, I'll write over here what is going to happen, how is it going to happen at the IDE, that is an environment on the Python code. What is going to happen is that A is going to be the same is equal to, now the initial value of A is 5. So it's going to be 5, then plus, with what we are trying to increment, we are trying to increment with 10. The output is going to be 15. The output of A is going to be A is equals to 15. Clear? Now let's print and see what will be the output of A. The output of A is 50. The output of A is 50. Now, one more case I like to ask you one question. Now, I'll do with the same variable. A is equals to hello. Let's say A is equals to hello. And then what I'll do is that A plus equals to 10, and I'll try to print. Either you use, see, in this collab, if you do not use this print function and you just use the variable called the object, that is called an object in the proper technical term, when you call this object, the value gets called, right? But in the Jupyter, this is not the case. Jupyter is an environment, right? I told you there's an environment called as Jupyter and PyCharm that is available on your local systems. So those softwares, you cannot call the output or you cannot call the object by just using the name the way I'm doing over here. This A, you have to use the print function. When then and then only the output will be seen or shown on the console screen. This is called as a console screen. That is the output. Where it is this. Let's see this one. Where 15 is there. All right. So let's pull you back to the main question. The question is here that A is equal to hello. Now this is a text and I'm trying to increment with the value called 10. This is the same logic I'm trying to implement, right? So instead of 5, only hello is there, right? What is the thing? See, what I'm trying to do is that I'm using A is equals to, right? Hello plus 10. Right. This is what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to print A. So can you guys tell me that what will be the output of it, right? So it will be hello 10. Yes or no? Right. The output will be hello 10. I guess everybody is done in classroom or everybody is gone. Still sleepy? Wake up, wake up.
So
Yes,
will it
someone
give
said
the
something.
10 as a
Can
number,
you repeat
integer or
that, sir?
Not able to hear your voice properly. Hello.
Sir, are you able to hear me
Yes.
now?
One please. Yes. Tell me, sir.
No, no. So ideally it should be hello 10, but I'm also doubtful. Like, will it give a type error?
Okay. All right. Right. Okay. Ideally, we will not speak about from the ideally. We'll talk about the from the language of Python because see, everyone has their own functionalities, right? Okay. Thank you. And Gayatri ma'am, you were saying something. What will be the output?
Sir, I
It should
think it'll
print hello
generate
10, right?
type error.
It will generate an error. Okay, so you guys give a right answer, but always people will ask you the reason, justify it. Why do you think that it will throw an error? So what is the reason? What's the
Sir,
reason
because
behind it? Why it
hello is
will
a
be listening?
string and 10 is an integer type. So,
Yeah, so it will show an type error. Why? Because hello is an text format, that is a string, and you're trying to type, no, trying to add the integer with a string, so it will never be added, right? Either you need to have a similar data type, or you need to, sorry, you need to have only similar data type. Either it should be a string or it should be an integer, right? So instead of hello, I should use any other integer like 20, 30, or instead of 10, I need to use any other string. Clear?
Sir,
Got it?
question.
Yes. Mhm.
So if
Uh,
I put the 10 in between that single quotes, will it still recognize it as a string, or because well it's intelligent enough to think
yes, yes,
understand that
yes.
it's an integer?
No, it will be recognized as a string. So look at the way. Already, all earlier it is in green. Earlier is in it's in a green color. It's in
Okay.
a green color. If you look at the coloring, how they indicate, right? If you are, it's a text. Look at the text color. It is in a red. And look at this color of a integer. The integer is green. So that means what it denotes. It's that it is a integer. Now, as soon as I put it into the quotes, if I put into the quotes, what happens is that, see, it will trying to convert the string into a character. So when I convert this into the character, output will be hello 10.
Got it.
Right? Fair enough? Right? And I see, I look at it. I didn't tell you this small secret. So what if you look at this color, this A color, right, the variable color, what happens is that if you're open doing it in a collab or any of the uh, environment, so especially talking about the collab, if your background screen is white, if your background screen is white, if you look at this color of the background screen is white. So whenever you're trying to the naming conventions of variable, the variable always should appear in a black color only. What I'm saying is that, I'll repeat once again. If your environment, this collab environment has a white background, then when you're trying to write a code, right, and declare a variable and initialize a variable, the variable color always should be in black color. And vice versa, if your environment is in black color, right, now this is in white color. If you're trying to keep it in a dark mode, then your variable has to be in white color. If there are some other color, like suppose if you're trying to use the reserved keyword, like suppose if, it will show an error. See, it is showing in a different color. Right? Why? Because if is a keyword, right, and you cannot use a keyword as a variable, but you can put an underscore and convert that it into a variable. Underscore if will work, but only if will not work. Got it? If I try to use and, if I use another word called as break, right? See, it is showing me in different color, right? It is showing me in a purple color. That means what? You cannot use this variable as a variable. But if you want to use this variable only, what you can do is that put a underscore in front of it. So now this will not be a keyword anymore and it will be a variable. But always remember that your variable has to be in black color if you are using a white background, and if you are using a dark mode, your variable needs to appear in a white color. Clear? Got it now, everyone? Anji?
yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Good.
Okay,
Yes,
okay, great. Hmm. So this is increment operators. How do we increment? Increment will definitely require whenever we want to perform some mathematical calculation where you want to increment and decrement. Now same will go with the decrement operator decreme and t. So what I have to do is that I want to use the same value called as 10 is equals to 10. Then now how I'm doing is a minus is equals to 10. Oh my, sorry. A minus is equals to 10, right? Okay, this is what, right? What I'm trying to do is that basically how it performs is that A is equals to A minus and with the particular value which I'm trying to decrement. This is what I'm actually logically trying to implement. A is equal to A minus 10. So if I have used a value, declared a value, right, of A, so it will be put over here. So what is the value of A? 10. So what will happen is that for the further stages, if we narrow it down, what Python is trying to do is that then it is trying to decrement A is equals to 10 minus 10. All right. So what is going to be the output? Definitely the output is going to be 0 because 10 minus 10 is going to be 0. So if I print A, then what will be the output? Output will be 0. All right, it will be 0. So this is how you assign a value if you're trying to put the right hand side values to the variable that are there on the left hand side. That is called as an assignment operator, right? With the help of is equal to operator. Increment, how do you do it? That increment a plus is equal to 10, or you can write in this format as well. You can also write in this format A is equals to A plus 10. This will also work. You write it in the above format or you write it in the below format with where we want which is best for your understanding. You write it. This will also work and this will also work. Okay. So let me show you how this will work. Let me instead of hello, let me use call 670 and then let me print it and let me show it to you. See, this will also work, right? So not necessary if you want to write this way, you can write this way, or you want this way, you can write it this way. Both will work. That's fine, absolutely, right? The same way as well, if you want to write it the decrement, you can write it that way, or you can write it A is equal to A minus 10. Whichever you want to make it understand in a better way, it will work. Instead of 10, I'll use 100, so the output will be 90. Clear? Till here? Right. So now what I have to do is that further, if we move to ahead, the next operator. Now what I want to do is that I want to check the type of it, right? What type it is. Type means what data type. Like is it an integer? Is it a float? Is it a string? Is it a tuple? This is a dictionary, right? There are multiple data types that are available in the Python language. So I want to check the type of it, right? So how I'll do is that right? There's a function called as a type function. There's a function called as a type function. What type function does is that it checks the data type of the variable. What it checks is the data type of the variable. So let me use the variable called as a that I have used over here. See, it will always, it is a line of code. See, it's a, this code that works in a cell format, right? There is a particular cell that whenever you click on the recent cell, that variable will be executed. The research cell that we have clicked is this one, right? This cell where the 90 output has been generated. So if I use that, this variable is been stored in the Google Cloud app. If I run this code, then this will be stored. Then this will be stored. If I run this code, then this will be stored. Then this will be stored. It depends upon which block of code you run. Those variables and those block of statement will be in the progress, in the process. That will be the recent one and the most one. Now, if I want to check the type, there's a function called as a type, and then you pass the variable name into the parentheses. So what will happen is that it will show you the output and sorry, it will show you the data type of that particular variable. So if I look at A over here, I can is clearly see that A is equals to 100, right? And 100 is an integer, right? A is an 100 is an integer, right? So that is why when I use this type function to check the data type of A, it showed me an output that is integer. What it showed? Integer, because 100 is an integer. In the same way, now if I use another variable, like suppose x is equals to, right, good morning, right? Good morning. Right. And now if I run this code, see, if now what has been stored in the Google Code app is the recent code that is X and good morning. And now when I check the type of X, so it is going to show me an output that is string str, because good morning is a text format and the str. So that is why it is going to show me an str string. So this is how you check the type of it. So whenever you want to check what is the type of it, we always use the function called as a type. This is used to check, if I can write in over here, to check the data type variable. Okay. Now, if I here, right, clear till here. Before
Yes.
moving ahead, I wanted to ask you yesterday's homework. Did you guys come? Okay. Did you guys complete yesterday's homework, the assignment that was given to you yesterday?
Yes, I've done.
Yes or no?
No, no, sir.
Okay. So everyone
Yes.
was able to. Okay, no problem. Okay. So you guys were able to create an output.
Yes.
Okay. Later on, we'll
Yes.
check with it. Okay. Great. Sai Kiran sir, you're trying to play hide and seek with us, because every time I can see you're getting disconnected. Maybe some network issues. I hope you are able to understand. You are also on the same page where we are. Okay. So now we are done with this assignment operator. Next operator is a comparison operator. Comparison, right? What is the next operator? Comparison operator. So what are different types of comparison operator? Can you just tell me? What are the different types of comparison operator? So it's like greater than, right? Let me write in comment over here, right? Greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, right? Less than, equal to, right? Yes or no? Not equal to. These are called as a comparison operator. What is the role of the comparison operator? When you want to compare the left hand operand, right, one operand with the second operand, then you use this comparison operator. That means what you want to check the comparison. There's a distinguish between the left hand side and the right hand side. Then you use this comparison operator, right? When you want to distinguish between the left operand and the right operand, then you use this comparison operator. So what are the different kinds of comparison operator? Greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, and not equal to. Also, there's one operator called as equal to. There's an operator called as equal to. So there are different six kind of an operator. So what is the role of this comparison operator when you want to check the one operand with the another operator, right? So now I'll use x is equals to is equals to I'll use value called as uh, 70. Now I'll use y is equals to 100. Y is equals to 100. So what I'll do is that print here x will start with the first operator called as greater than, right? We'll start with the operator called as greater than. Now we are trying to check here the conditions, right? We are trying to check with the condition either the left hand side and the right hand side is there's a comparison or there's a distinguish between them, right? How we are trying to do is that with the help of greater than, what I'll do is that I'll check x is greater than y, right? We are trying to put a condition over here, right? With the help of comparison operator. What I'm to check is that whether the value of the x is bigger than the value of y. So if the output is right, if the output is yes, then it will show me yes. If the output is no, the output will be no. Remember, the comparison operator uses the data type called as bool. The data type called as bool. So what bool stands for? It's a boolean. In the Python, this is called as bool. What is the output of bool? The output of bool is either true or it is false. There will be no other output in the boolean data type. Either the output will be in the true format or the output will be in the false format, either true or false. It will never say I don't know or some other kind of an operator. Output will not generate. It will either generate output in true or false. So that is the nature of the Boolean data type. Whenever you go into use comparison operator and you don't want to have your own static statement, then the output will be true or false. Now you're looking at this through our bare eyes, right? Look with the help of human mind, right? So we can clearly understand that x is equal to 70 and y is equal to 100. And if I use x is greater than y, so it's completely false statement because why? Because 70 is smaller than 100, right? And when told you that when you're going to use a comparison operator and you don't have your own static statement, the output is either going to be true or false. So if I print what will be the output? The output will be false. Why? Because 70 is less than 100, right? It is not greater than 100. If I swap or if I change the values, like y is greater than x, right? Look at the output. Now the output will be true, right? The output will be true. Why? Because 100 is greater than x. So remember, when you're trying to use a comparison operator, and if you don't have your own static statement that what you want to print, instead of print x y is equal to x, what you wanted to print something of your own, right? That the value is true or the value is greater or the value is smaller. How do we do that? We'll see it in the later stages. So if you don't have your own static statements, then what comparison operator is doing is that it has its own output that is true or false. So it will just show you true or it will show you false. Same way, likewise, now if I do with the less operator, right? So if I do x is less than y, right? I'll keep it same for the betterment. So x is greater than y. This is our first case, right? Let me write over here. Case one, case one, greater than, greater than, right? This is case two. What is case two? It is less than, right? And now third case is case three. What is it? Greater than, equal to, right? Yes. So let's run the second case and let's see what's going to be the output. If I run x is less than y, so what will be the output? 70 is less than 100. That it's so yeah, the condition is true. The output will be true. But in the third case, if I use print x greater than equal to y. So now what it's trying to check is that, so first thing what it will check is that it will check either x is greater than y or not. Okay, so it will check it is greater than y. If condition is true, then it will not go for equal to. But if the condition is false, then it will check with y condition that okay, it's not greater than, but at least it is equal to. No, it is not even equal to. So that is why the condition is neither in greater than or neither in equal to, and that is why the output will be false. Right? Because see, why? Because here, if you look at it, we are trying to check exactly what we're trying to check is that either 70 is greater than or is it equal to 100. But 70 is neither greater than 100 or neither 70 is equal to. So that is why the output is going to be false. The output is going to be false. Right? But suppose if I change x value now instead of 70, if I make it 170, right? If I make it 170, now you tell me what will be case 3? What will be the output of case 3? 170 is greater than y, right? 170 is greater than y. So definitely what will be the output? What will be the output? Output will be true, right? 170 is greater than 100. Now I'll make it equal. Now I'll make it equal, right? Yeah, tell me. Saying something? No? Okay. All right. So if I write 170, right, 770 is greater than y, that is why it's going to be true. Now if I use 100, right, now look at the values of If you look at it is equal. So what happens is that when it's going to check with x is greater than equal to y, right? 100 is not greater than 100, right? It is equal to. This will be discarded the greater than, and only the condition which is equal to it will be checked. Why? Because 100 is equal to 100, and that is why the output will be true. Now if I run and I show it to you, first case it will be false. Why? Because 100 is equal to 100. See, look at the first case. It is 100 equal to 100. It is not greater than. It is exactly 100. It's the same case in the real scenario. If I have a 100 rupee note and if I use it in Gujarat, it is going to be the same. If I go to South, right? If I go to Trichy or if I go to Vizag, Hyderabad, Pondi, the value of 100 rupee note is going to be same. If I go to the northern part of India, even if I go to Kashmir, Srinagar, Punjab, or Ludhiana, wherever, the price is of 100 rupees is same. And if I go to this northeastern part of the country, still the value of 100 rupees is the same. It, getting my point? The same way, if I use this x is equal to 100 and y is equal to 100, so both the meanings are same. So neither it is greater nor it is smaller. It is equal to. So that is why in case 1 it will be false and the case 2 also it will be false. But in the case 3 it will be true. Why? Because we have used a symbol called as equal to. So either it is greater than or equal to. So we are trying to check with the two conditions. So first condition didn't get satisfied, but the second condition that is equal to got satisfied, and that is why the output was true in the case 3. But the rest in the first case and the second case it was false. Okay, now we have this case 4. Case 4. What is the case 4? Less than equal to. Right? Now what I'll do is that I will not the output and input. Sorry, I'll keep it the same. X is equal to Y. Now I want to hear it from the trainee that what will be the out. I'll not change the input. I'll keep it the same. Right? See, x is greater than y, false. X is less than y, false. X is greater than equal to true. Now you tell me if I keep the same input, x is equal to 100, y is equal to 100, and I'm trying to use the condition called x is less than equal to y, you tell me what will be the output. What will be the output? Tell me what will be the output. Is there anyone in the classroom or is it not there? Yes, tell me anyone. So will it will be
Yeah,
a false or
true.
it will be a true?
True.
Yeah, it will be true. Why? Why? Because see, x is not less than y, right? That is 100 is not less than y. That means this condition, the case to look at the case two, that x is less than y false, right? It is not less, it is equal to, right? If you look at this equal to, that is what it is becoming true, that x is equal to y, that is 100 is equal to 100, so that is why it is going to create an output called as true, right? It is not less than not equal to, but it is equal to, that is why in the fourth case it has to be true. Why? Because the second condition within this less than equal to is true, that is equal to part, and that is why it gave us an output true. Now instead of 100, if I had to use, where is this one from? Right, instead of this 100, I use 1000, then the output will be false. Why? Because 1000 is bigger than 100, right? That is why in the fourth case it will be false. So look at the false. Why? Because we are asking, checking that either 1000 is less than equal to 100, right? We changed the value of x, we kept it. See, look at this. We are trying to keep it 1000 now. So we're trying to check 1000 is less than equal to 100. No, 1000 is bigger number or greater than 100. So it has to be false. And see, that is the case. False, right? Now, fifth case, print, print x not equal to y. X not equal to y. So what will be the output? Output will be true. Output will be true. Yes. How? Because 100 is not, sorry, 1000 is not equal to y. Sorry, 1000 is not equal to 100, right? 1000 is not equal to 100. So that is why the output is true. And in the last case, last case 6, we're trying to have equal to, equal. Now we are trying to check the operands on the left hand side are equal to the operands on the right hand side. hand side. See, look at the difference between the single equal to and y double equal to. I told you when they will study this double equal to, I'll tell you the difference. When you use the single equals to, when you use the single equal to, look what we are trying to do. When you are using the single equal to, you're trying to assign the values of right hand side to the left hand side, right? But when you are using the trying to use this double equal to, what you're trying to check is that either left hand operand, right, left hand operand is equal to right hand operand. What you're trying to check is left hand operand is equal to right hand operand. This is what you're trying to check. You're not trying to assign y value to x. Getting my point? When you're using double equal to, you're not trying to assign right hand operand value to the left hand operand. You're trying to check either both the conditions are true or false. You're trying to check either both the conditions are true or false. You're trying to check that both are same or no. That is what you're trying to do with the double equal to operator. But when you use the single operator, when I write here single operator, that means what? I'm trying to assign y value to the x. This is what it means. But when you use double equal to, that means what? You're trying to check the condition that either x and y both are same. Okay, and look at this. The output has to be false because 1,000 is incorrect. What we are trying to check over here is that is 1,000 equal to 100, right? So the output has to be false. Why? Because it's not equal to, it is greater than. That is why in this case it will be false. Now if I use instead of 1,000, if I use 100, if I use 1,000 over here instead of 100, if I use 1,000 over here, if I run the code, so that output will be true. The last output. The output is true. Why? Because 1,000 is exactly equal to 1,000. That is x is equal to y. And that is why output is true. Got it? And in this above case, see, x is not equal to y. Definitely it is going to be false. Why? Because we are trying to check that 1,000 is not equal to 1,000. It is false because 1,000 is 1,000. The same way I told you example, you use 100 rupees note all across the nation, the value of that Gandhi Baba is going to be the same. Right? Clear? Till here? Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, clear. I just want to check if I'm audible to you or not. Mm.
You're
Got it?
audible.
Comparison
Yes.
operator.
Yes.
So that is 26 operator. And then we'll do one more operator. Okay, thank you so much. So we'll have one more operator. Where is it? Zoom it out. Let me go to see my screen. Now let me write the code in the operator. In and not. So can you tell me what you are able to see, understand from it? In and not in. What you are able to understand from in and not in. Now, what I'm trying to check is that, for example, and suppose I went to the shopping mart. I went to shopping mart. Now, suppose I've been to Walmart, I've been to Big Bazaar, but mart, right? What I do is that I buy on some items, right? Some stuff, either goods, groceries, or any other thing, clothing, cosmetics. What I do is that I do a shopping, right? Which men usually don't do, but still we do a shopping and we come back home, right? Now, what I'm trying to do is that I want to check. Now, suppose I have been to our local market, right, and bought some vegetables and fruits like apple, oranges, and ginger, cucumber, a lot of vegetables and fruits. And when I came back home, what I want to check is that I remember I'm not able to have a clarity and on my mind, did I buy apples or not? Did I buy apples or not? So what I do is that to have a confirmation, I'll put my hand in the bag and I'll try to check, do I have apples in my bag or not? So if I am able to have find that apple is there in my bag, that means what? I'm trying to find a subset in the entire set. What? See, I've done a lot of shopping. I bought apples, I bought oranges, I bought watermelons, I bought vegetables like ginger, cucumber, potato, right? Tomatoes, right? And then when I came back home, I was not able to recall did I buy apples or not, right? To have a confirmation on it, what I did is that I put my hand into a bag to check whether I bought the apples or not, right? And if I find apple in my entire bag, that means what? How I had bought the apples, right? But if I do not find the apples in my bag, that means what? I forgot to buy the apples. So same way, if you are talking in a programming language, if you are trying to find something subset in entire set, that is what you're trying to use in operator, right? Like as I said, apples in the bag, right? So you're trying to find one item into this all the items that you have bought, like tomatoes, potatoes, watermelon, apple. Sorry, apple didn't bring oranges, grapes, and a lot of stuff, right? And if it's not there, then it's what we say, oh, apple is not there in the bag. So it's the same thing when you're trying to find a subset or a substring into an entire string, then and then you use this membership operator. Got it? What is membership operator? There are two types of membership operator, in and not in. So I explained you it in the real scenario. When you're trying to check a string, substring into an entire string, then you'll either use in or not in. So if I suppose, like I will say, I'll use this string called as, mm, I'll use variable called as string. All right. I'll try welcome to Python class. Right. What I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to have a string called welcome to Python class. So I'm trying to find print that welcome, sorry, I'll use Python. Python in in. So what this is a substring, right? This is a substring. Python is a substring. This is what we are looking. This is our apples, right? We are trying to find apple. Where in our bag? Where is our bag? Bag name is string, right? Python in string. So now if I print. So now will be an output. We'll see Python, right? So what it will do is that it will check the substring, that is Python in string. So what I did is that I'm trying to find apple in my bag. So if I find apple in my bag, so what do we say? Oh, yes, we have bought an apple. So that is what we're saying yes, right? So in the same way, when you're trying to use this operator, the operator I told you a few minutes ago, the operators will have an output. If you don't have your own static, your own handwritten code, right, which you want to display, then the default output will be true or false. So if I found this Python into this entire string, and that will generate an output called as true. That yes, you have Python in the string that you're looking for. What is the string? This is a variable name, right? This is what we are trying to check into. It's there, right? If you look at the Python board, it is there available in the string. So that is why it shows as an output called true. One more, I'll say, if I use one more print function, print, and I use, right, instead of Python, I'll use Java, right, use Java in string, right? String is our variable name. So you tell me what will be the output. Do we have a Java substring into this entire string or this keyword or this word into this string? No. That is why it will show us an output false because there is no Java in this string, right? This string, substring. Now what happened is that we are looking for an apple, and apples we didn't buy. So that is why we will say, oh, we didn't buy the apples, right? No. That is what false. That Java is not there in this string. Got it? So we are trying to do it with the help of in string. So when you're trying, remember, this is different from equal to. This is different from equal to not equal to. Oh, there or not. Equal to means you are trying to check with these two different conditions. You're trying to check with this two different conditions. But in and not in, right? What we are trying to check is that we are trying to check a small part into an entire part. We are not trying to compare left hand side and right hand side. It's a wrong understanding. It's a misconception. We are not trying to compare the left opponent with the right opponent. We are trying to check a small part into an entire whole set. Got it? Subset into an entire set or a substring into an entire set. That is the proper technical meaning of this in operator. We are not checking with the left operand or the right operand. We are checking with some part is available in that entire part or not. Got it? In the same way, if I use instead of in, I'll write here only. So I'll make it very much clear. Instead of in, I'll use not in. So you tell me before I could write the code quickly. I asked you the question. The output, the answer should be there. What will be the output of this line of a code? Java not in string. What will be the output of this line of a code? It will be true or still it will be false.
True.
True, right? That is what we are saying. That Java is not in the string. That is what we are saying. Yes, it is not there, right? It is not there. So that is what the output will be true because it is not there. That is what we are saying, right? We are trying to be true to the same sentence that it's a truth that Java is not in the string, and that is what it will create an output called as true. Got it? Output is true. Clear? Yes. So once again, let me repeat it once again from the top. So today what we did is that we are trying to study assignment of we studied assignment operators. There are three different operators. One is equal to, second one is increment, and third one is decrement. So how do we symbol them? Or try to denote them. Equal to so assignment operator is called as we denoted by equal to. Second increment is done by plus equal to, or you can write in this manner as well. Where is it gone? So this was equal to variable is equal to variable plus increment value. And the decrement we use minus equal to. So what does assignment operator means? When you want to assign a value to a variable, then you use this assignment operator. And what is assignment operator denoted by equal to? When you want to increment, that means that one you have already a value. Say increment means what? And the bottom line already have a value, already have a certain value, and you're just trying to increment it. It will never be the case. Now, suppose if you don't have the existing value and you're trying to increment, it will not create an output because you don't have the existing value. When you're trying to use an increment, what is the little meaning of increment? Means that you're trying to increment something that is already there, right? There is already there. There has to be something output or input where you're trying to increment something, right? If there is a zero, you're trying to increment by one. That has to be there. The zero has to be there. Certain value has to be there if you want to increment it. That is the that is the logic behind it. So when you're trying to increment, there has to be a existing value where you want to increment the value. Okay. And then decrement is the same thing. When you want to decrease the value, you use this decrement operator. How? By minus equal to. Same in the C plus plus, we use plus plus and minus minus. It's the same thing. Only the syntax is different. The syntax, which you are able to see on the screen, is the syntax. Okay. You can go with this above way, this above method, or you can go with the below method. Whichever fits for your mindset, you can go with the line of coding. Third, once you are done, this is a function called as a type function. If I want to check the type of it, what is the type? Type means data type. What data type is the variable? So use the function called as a type. So whenever you pass on the variable, it will show you the output of that variable, that what data type it is. Now, for example, x is equal to good morning, right? So human mind understand it is a text format, right? But programming is a different thing. Computer understand very different language. So if I want to check the data type of x, what I'll do is that I'll call this function called as type and then pass on the variable and it will show me what data type it is. Clear? The next operator we study today is comparison operator. There are six different comparison operator: greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to, and equal to. So greater than means what? When you're trying to check the left operand with the right operand, if left operand is greater than right operand, then we are using a greater operator, right? And all the output, if you don't have your home handwritten code, that is the static code, so that by default, the output will be true or false. If the condition is true, the output is true. If the condition is false, the output is false. If you don't have your own set of codes, if you have not written your own handwritten codes. X is greater than Y, so I have used a value, assigned a value for X and Y, right? So X is 1000 and Y is 1000. So here X is greater than Y, false, because 1000 is neither greater than or not less than. So that is why in In the case 1 and case 2, the output will be false because 1000 is equals to 1000. Only and only where it finds equal to, it will create an output. So greater than equal to, no, it's not greater than, but it is equal to. That means in the case 3, the output will be true. Fourth case, less than equal to, no, it's not less than, but it is equal to. So that is why in the case 4, the output will be true. Fifth case, not equal to y. You tell me what will be the output. So I'm trying to say 1000 not equal to 1000. So what is the output? 1000 is not equal to 1000. What will be the output?
False.
False, right? So it will be false. Why? Because 1000 is 1000, right? You use 100 rupees note in Pondicherry or you use it in Srinagar. 100 rupees is 100 rupees, right? And the case 6, what is case 6? That 1000 equals to 1000. That means true. Got it? See, first case, second case false, third case true, fourth case true, fifth case again false, and sixth case true. Right? Next, last operator is membership operator. There are two types of membership operator, in and not in. And as I said, do not misunderstand with equal to and not equal. These are different. Here, there is a condition. You're trying to check the operands, right? The operand. This is called as an operand, and this is called as an operative, right? So we are trying to check the operands with the help of operators. We are not trying to check anything. We are trying to check either the apples are there in the bag or not, whatever the shopping bag we have done, right? So that is what we are trying to check the substring into an entire string, or we are checking the subset into an entire set. Then we use this operator called as an in to understand, right? Here, you cannot compare with this equal to or not equal to. This is a different thing. So in the first case, I'm trying to check either Python is in the entire string. Yes, Python is there. The output will again be true. And in second case, we are trying to check that Java is not in the string. That is what the truth is, that it is not there. It is not there. Now, if I try to write instead of Java, if I try welcome, if I write welcome, I use this in. So you tell me what will be the output, true or false? Welcome in string. So what will be the output of this line of code? True. It will be true,
True.
right? Welcome
True.
is there, right? Now I'll ask you one more question, right? Now I'll write here Python not in string. Now you tell me what will be the output.
It's
False.
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 It will be false. Why? Because Python is there in the sentence, right? So the output will be false. Because yes, what we are trying to do is that we are trying to say Python is not in the string. That means what we are trying to say, Apple is not there in the bag. Already it is there, but we are saying Python, apples are not there. So that is what we are trying to be. It is false because if it is there, then it has to be false because it is there, right? Python. If you look at here in the string, it is there. And we are saying it is not there. So that means it is false. Clear? Yes. So any questions still here? Any doubts? Is it clear to everyone in the classroom?
Yes.
Sai Kiran sir, you're saying something, or is it me only who's not able to hear anything? Because I can see your mic is unmute, but I am not able to hear a single word from your side. Vishnu sir, is it clear to you? All right. So it's clear till here, right? It's clear. So everyone is
Yes.
still here.
Yes, sir.
So any questions? All right, thank you, ma'am. So any questions still here?
Not as
Mm.
of now, sir.
Okay, all right, okay, no problem. So whatever, see, it's everything is interrelated to each other. Look, if we started with the day one, today we have reached day three, right? So how we don't know how the day passes on the months after months, and see now it's at the end of the year as well, right? So everything is interrelated to each and every topic. So make sure that you try to attend every day because you never know. You should not. No, one thing I have learned from my entire life: you should not misjudge any of the topic because chess teaches us a very better lesson that even pawns are as important as those bigger pieces in the game because when the pawns reaches the And of the other house, what happens is that it can take a convert into any shape. It can be any of the pieces that are powerful, right? It can be rook, it can be a bishop, it can be anything. So that is what every topic is important, right? That is what I've learned through my entire life and through the chess game. So please make sure that you attend everything because everything is interrelated to every other topic. Okay, all right. Okay. So let's
Sure.
stop.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So let's stop for the day and we'll meet tomorrow again. Okay. So all right, guys. So till then, bye bye. Take care and have
Thank
a
you.
good time ahead. Okay. Welcome.